Check it out, check it out, check it out, check it out, check it out. What's good? What's up? It's me, Brian B. We back at it. That's right. Back on the line. Check it out. This was crazy. I've been doing the Beeline web shows and stuff like that, and I haven't had a Talking with Strangers. We were getting kind of back to back with Talking with Strangers for a minute, but I actually got people coming on that I know recently. Like, what's going on with that? I gotta meet some people, I guess, or whatever. But listen, I got some more family coming back on. This is actually my cousin that we're gonna talk with today. We got a screen on the screen. Yo, we back at it. The show that started it all. Listen, you guys see him? He's back up there. I got him back up there on the wall. He's down for the count. I don't know what he's going to do next year, but we got through this Halloween. Hey, guys, thank you guys so much. Once again, I know I've said it already, but, the Halloween episode has, how well it's done. Like, I never believed that it was going to be that successful. But thank you guys so much for the love and the support. And, if you guys are reaching out, you need anything done, anything from the Beeline Entertainment, we looking for customers, clients, whatever you want to call. Everybody come, get something done. You need to be heard and seen or whatever. And we're going to be talking about somebody. We're talking about believing, right? We got somebody who's going to believe in something today. We're going to get to know my cousin, and she got a great business, and she's going to talk about it. We're going to talk a lot about it. It's almost Thanksgiving. There's so much going on at the end of the year. It's been a great year. I'm super amped up for everything going on, but we do got to do one thing first before we start the show. This. Let's go. There we go.
Straight to the point, baby.
It's going down in
3, 2, 1.
People, that's your boy,
Brian B.
Let's go.
Back on the Beeline. I'm looking forward to it. I'm so excited.
Is the influence you have.
Talking with Strangers.
You gotta be a clean baby's ass.
Hold on real quick.
Knows the hands of fate.
People, it's your boy, Brian B. Welcome to the Beeline Web Show. Let's go. Yes, that's right. It's your boy, Brian B, and we back at it. Like I said, once again, I can't start the show without doing this. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys. Oh, man, I love you guys so much, man. It's crazy. I'm like, I'm cheating on my girl. I tell you, where you at? I don't want to see you right now. I love you guys, man. You guys are making me feeling so good for doing this lately. But if you haven't already, please hit the channel and like it and share it and subscribe to it and comment on it and talk about it. And the Beeline is where it's at, yo. But listen, we got somebody on the line with us today. My cuz, my fam, more fam. Give it up, y'all. Representing Believe Academy. We talking school today, baby. Miss Terri Johnson.
Well, hello. Thank you for having me.
Yes. What's up, cuz?
So I actually have multiple businesses.
Oh, man. So
not just the school.
Let's talk about it all. Yeah, let's talk about it all.
I also have a sensory bin business too.
Oh,
so
okay.
I make sensory bins for children ages 2 to 7, but primarily the average children that use it are about 4 and 5 years old.
Oh, okay. Well, that's awesome. Yo, well, hey, listen, guys, you can already see we're gonna have a great conversation here, especially if you got some kiddies at home. I got some kiddies at home, and small businesses. Yo, we're promoting, man. We want to make sure you guys are heard. Like, these businesses are trying to get seen. Amazing businesses. My cousin been working with kids for as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
So it's like, she
for
definitely
over a
has
decade.
Yeah, big following with schools.
Yeah.
Even back in, we're from Jersey, so even back in Jersey, I remember you were working with schools and stuff like that. But we're gonna get to know her today. And Terri, let's start off by shout yourself out, say where you're from, get to know you a little bit.
Alrighty, so I'm Terri Johnson. I teach online preschool as well as local preschool in Douglasville, Georgia. And I started out teaching back in 2008, off and on.
Yeah.
And I took a 10-year, well, it was almost a 10-year break, but altogether I have over a decade of teaching experience.
Beautiful.
And while we were on a break from the pandemic, that's when I actually started teaching again. So
Yeah.
I started with my blog. Like everybody else needed something to do. So
That's
I
all we talk
started,
about, yo. That's all we
yeah,
talk about. It's like it's crazy how like COVID really was that kind of like, that little secret good thing or whatever, because you
yeah, it was one of the
definitely,
best things that happened to me actually. I
it's
can't,
crazy. Me too. I
yeah.
ain't gonna lie.
So I was a very outgoing person before the pandemic, and I just had a new baby at that time. My baby was born February 2020.
Hmm.
So I was in a house with a toddler, with a 2-year-old and a newborn.
Yeah,
And I really needed to feel like I was, with other people
I can
because I couldn't
imagine.
see anybody.
Yeah, yeah,
So I
yeah.
started I started vlogging, I started blogging, and then I started making sensory bins. And then I saw that hey, people are actually making money from from selling these sensory bins. So while I was at home, I started, selling them.
Let me ask Terry, because I actually, to be honest with you, I've never heard of is it a sensory band?
Sensory bins. So basically, you have a container. Typically it's like a plastic or a wooden container, and then you fill it with either dyed rice, so you can dye it with either food coloring or paint,
Okay.
and then you put like little toys and trinkets in it, and then you can hide letters in it. You can sort by color, so you can use these sensory bins to actually teach children a whole bunch of stuff.
I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, so
Hey,
for
listen,
children,
I'm not gonna even lie. You explained it. I still don't think I understand.
yeah, so just imagine you have a small container, like let's even say like a one of those typical plastic shoebox containers. You have one of those,
Okay.
and then you put some colorful rice in it.
Okay.
You put some little toys in it, some little alphabet letters, some muffins like the silicone muffin tins. Put those in there. Some tongs from the kitchen, some spoons, some little cups, and
Yeah.
have them just play with it.
So how big is the bin?
So it depends on what you want. So the bins that I sell, they're typically 10 by 7 by 2.5. So I'm trying to think if I have one here. Actually, I do.
Okay, you can grab it.
So this is not a sensory bin, but this is the container that I sell it in. So
God, okay. I've never
yeah,
heard that
so it's
before.
it's it's pretty. They're pretty good because you can take them actually anywhere. So
Yeah,
you can play with them in a classroom, at home, on the road.
that's
they
really
they
interesting,
they
man.
keep kids busy. Yeah,
Yo, you want to know something? And it's really interesting to hear about that, because literally, you see, I got baby Jordan up here. Literally, look what she's doing. That,
yeah,
that that's her life right there. I'm sorry, guys. Like, you
yeah,
might hate me or whatever, but Jordan, stay on the tablet, man. She lives on it. I mean, she works our phones and stuff like that. Sometimes better than we do. Like, it's crazy how much
yeah.
they pick up. So it's like to hear about. We always try to have that kind of compromise, like, do we
Right,
always want the kids to be constantly on the phones and stuff like that or whatever?
of course.
Now to hear about something like that, like I never knew that existed. But you
Yeah,
do try to find, compromises, so you can have, whether it be toys or whether it could be this or whatever,
yeah.
that kids can be more into. And I never heard of that. That's really
Or
interesting.
even a sensory bag could be water. Just put water in there.
She does do that. Oh, I think all kids
Yeah,
go through that
just
phase.
have her play in the water. Have her
Yeah.
take a cup and then scoop the water out and put it into another container. Sensory bin.
I never knew that the term for that was called sensory.
Yeah.
I never knew. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Well,
so some parents use it for children that have autism because they
got it.
have sensory deprivation, or sometimes they have too much sensory, or depending on what their condition is. So
Yeah.
sometimes you'll have a parent that does a sensory bin to introduce sensory input to their child.
That's very interesting.
And
Yeah,
then for
we
children that are overactive, that need something to do, like that have ADHD, them scooping and
yeah.
using the tongs, it keeps them busy. It keeps
That's
them out of
really
trouble.
interesting, yo. That's real interesting. That's really, and you know what's crazy? Like, I remember back in the day when we were kids and stuff like that. We wanted to go out and we would play in the
In
dirt
the
and stuff
dirt.
like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
and sandboxes, whatever. That's
Yeah.
that's really interesting. I never even knew that
So that's
existed.
sensory.
Yeah,
Playing in the dirt is sensory.
that's crazy, yo. That's crazy. Different little things like that. Well, that's awesome. So, yeah, I didn't even know you did that. So that's really cool. So tell us a little bit more about, like, your business and how you got started.
Okay, so I went back to work December of last year. No, August of last year. Ironically, I went back to the daycare where my son was going at the time. I said, "Hey, I wonder if they're hiring," because I was working for another company, and I said, "You know what? I really want to get back into teaching."
Yeah.
I started, teaching my sons at home during the pandemic, and it renewed my passion for teaching.
Yep.
So, you could take the teacher out the classroom, but I was still teaching anyway. So,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I might as
yeah.
well get paid for it.
For real.
So I went back, and I didn't really like working for someone else because I had been really on my own for so long.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And then the breaking point was my youngest was sick. They knew he was sick. I had took him to the doctor, and they still wanted me to come in. So I had to bring my sick child in. And
Mm.
this is at a time where they're taking temperatures at the door.
Yeah,
And I
man.
said, well, if you don't want anyone else's children to come and sick, why is mine forced to come in sick? And then all of my coworkers were looking at me like, why are you here with your sick child?
Don't got no choice.
Yeah, I felt the worst because
Yeah.
dollars do not come before my children. And
Yeah,
I
for
said, you know
real.
what? This is the last time that will happen. And I left.
That's awesome. But you know something, like you just said, so many parents were forced to kind of understand that this is the time where you have to make decisions,
Yeah,
drastic decisions, literally life-changing, altering decisions. You have your families at home, you got people who are having to still go out to work, like you just said. So many parents and stuff like that, we were one of them. Like, we had to be faced with the fact, like, still got to go to work if you can, but where are your kids going to go if they're
right,
not in school
exactly.
already, and living out that until 3 o'clock or whatever? They're home by themselves. Like, what are they going to do? Then you got to stay home. So how are you going to make money? So now you're forced
Right.
with that. If your kids are sick, then you got to call out of work and go pick them up. How are you
Right.
going to make money? So you having to face, that stuff, and seeing a situation of having to bring your sick kid and everything like that or whatever. And then, having understanding like, yo, listen, I got to do something. It's
Right.
unfortunate because everybody can't be in that situation where they can make the decision to do
Of
something.
course.
It's
Believe
it's
me, I wasn't in that
crazy, man.
position. I just said, "Hey, this is what I need to do."
Yeah.
and
And
then
that's the mentality.
at that time, that's when COVID started spiking back up again too. So actually, in my classroom, one of the teachers had COVID.
Oh, wow.
So that was within a couple of weeks of the incident that happened with my son. I
Yeah.
said, you know what? I need to just stay home.
Yeah, man.
So I actually tried to find another job, but for some reason I could not find childcare for both of them. So I have two little boys, and either I would find childcare for one, and then the other one they didn't have space for him.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what, this is a sign. This is really a sign that I needed to do something. So it took me up until about April of last year, and I found this lady, Joy Anderson, and she's really big on starting your own preschool. And I said, hey, it's kind of different because she advocates for doing it online too. And I
Good.
said, I could do that online. And actually, this classroom, I made it for myself.
Mm.
So this, I know it sounds so weird, but I
No,
actually,
that's yo. Listen, you see, you would think it sounds weird, but where we are right now, we are in an age where I think self-sufficiency has got to come back strong. Whether it
yeah,
be food, whether it be teaching your kids, whether it be whatever you can do
right,
as close to home at this point, from the dangers that come with going to school every day, from how much it costs to put your kids in daycare while you're at work. It literally costs the price of rent to put
it
your
is.
kid in daycare
Yeah,
while you're going to work. So you got to pay 2 apartments to
right.
put your kids somewhere so you can go make money to pay one apartment. It's a
And not just put
ridiculous
them somewhere, put them somewhere safe, and then
safe. It
somewhere
can't just be anywhere. Yeah.
that's going to actually teach them.
That's rough. Yo, so it
Because
doesn't sound weird at all. The fact that you literally went through all of those experiences
yeah,
and made positive changes from the negative stuff that was around, it's incredible. And
yeah,
that's it gives people, probably hope. It probably gives people empowerment to say, well, she did it, I can do it. Why am I
of
wasting
course,
my time? Because I'm pretty sure it's so many, parents, especially like, single moms and stuff like that, who are going through
yeah,
like ridiculous struggles. And It's amazing, yo. So yeah, definitely, it's not weird at all, man. It's empowering, yo. It's really empowering.
Yeah, I love teaching so much that I converted my spare bedroom into a classroom.
There you
So
go.
it looks completely like a classroom.
It do for real.
And this,
You could have told me you was in school right now. I'm like, yeah, all right.
it looks like one.
It do.
It does. Yeah. So
That's what's up.
it's my happy place. You know, guys have man caves, you know, girls have, you know, what she sheds or whatever. Yeah,
I don't know.
this is my happy place.
That's awesome. But yo, listen, all right, so yeah, that's actually a really good story, man. I think a lot of people need to hear that positivity right now and have the understanding. One of the biggest confidences that I've been, getting lately is understanding things aren't as challenging as they seem. Like when you
Yeah.
say something out loud, I need to start my own business. That's an incredible feat. Like it's like, oh man, where do I start? But when you start to break it down and kind of understand how you can actually make it successful for yourself, take it step by step.
Yeah, it starts up here.
Yeah, it really does. It starts an understanding what you're trying to do. It starts an understanding the process and just doing it. I think doing it is like the biggest part, man. You can't do it in fear. You have to fully commit. You have to fully put yourself. You can't quit your job. Oh, I'm done with this. Like you gotta have a plan at least. But
right.
It definitely speaks volumes that that you can make it happen if you put your mind to it. If you really do, just take it easy, but actually do it. So it is really cool that you started that up and you found your passion. And like I said, I remember you always teaching. So when I saw the ads that you were putting out, and I was like, oh, she got a school and everything. I'm like, yeah, this is perfect. Come on and talk to people. So let's talk exactly. Let's get the name and exactly what your school is offering.
So I started teaching online this past June, and I teach ages 2 to 5 online.
Got it.
So it's preschool and pre-K as well. And I have two different classes that I have. So right now I have a Tuesday and Thursday live class, and then I also have a Tuesday live class. And I have each class for 30 minutes because that's pretty much the max of how much they're able to like pay attention at
They
that
ain't
age.
sitting down after that. Yeah, you're lucky for that. I mean,
well, I'm very animated typically.
Gotcha, I got
But,
you. We family, so she family. So if you see me, she probably gonna be the same way.
Yeah, I'm very animated at 9 a.m. though. So at this at certain like 5 or 6 o'clock, that's when the all of the juices start just
Start
going
dying
away.
down a little bit.
But yeah. But yeah, so it's called Believe Academy, and my curriculum is a mindfulness curriculum. And I teach children to believe in themselves and to also create their own path. I believe that I'm here as a facilitator to help them to define their own path. I don't believe I should just sit and make someone listen to me nonstop. It's a collaborative experience when I teach.
Got it.
So we have conversation, we have, and I actually got a criticism that my class was actually too challenging because, and I believe in pushing a child.
Yeah.
So it's not just about letters and letter sounds. Let's put them together. Let's start making words so we can read.
Yeah,
I don't care if you're 3 or 4. There's 3 and 4-year-olds that are reading.
Oh
so
yeah.
So if I see that a child knows all the basics, I'm going to gently nudge them in that right direction.
Yeah.
My son, he is both of them are so bright, but my oldest, the things that he knew at 2, most kids don't know until they're 4. And so that's what propels me to push other children to, may God, why I can't think, achieve their potential. There we go.
Yeah. No, I completely understand what you're saying. I think the same way. I mean, you see, everybody learns differently. Everybody, has different, ways of, picking up information and stuff like that, especially kids. Like I was just saying about, baby Jordan, but, she jumps on the tablet, she jumps on this, and she'll say things sometimes, you're like, you understand that concept, you get it or whatever. She also got she's growing up with 2 11-year-olds, so it's like she's
they're smarter than we were.
Oh yeah, that's because of the information that's available literally just in their face around them at all times. You gotta imagine that just them being in the environment of consistent information,
Oh yeah,
consistent conversation, consistent. We had TV and people around us. They got TVs, phones, tablets, radios.
everything. Yes.
It's so much just in the air that they're just, that absorbing. It's
Yeah.
got to mean something. You know what I mean? Like it's definitely, it's not, we ain't cyborgs yet, but I mean, it's getting close, bro. This is getting
Yeah.
close, man. These kids are picking up things extremely fast, and like you said, the ability to be able to put that little nudge into
Yeah.
a further position than to just say, well, I'm just going to stop you here and just let you be here because that's
Yeah.
what it should be, or whatever it should be. Like, why can't you do 2 plus 2 and then say, hey, you got 2 apples, okay, I'll give you 2 more, what's that? Oh, 4. We do it here too, yo. We literally try to just every little chance we get, hey Jordan, how many things you got? Oh, we got this, and then you'll be surprised she'll answer correctly a lot of
they
times.
know it.
Yeah, it's crazy, but so that's really good. Yeah, so if anybody's
when I taught kindergarten, we took our my kindergarten class to the Civil Rights Museum, and up at the top they have the, I don't know if they still do because this has been a while, but they had the continents up there, and I taught my kindergarten class the continents like in the middle of the year. And when we went, it was maybe like May or June. They still knew all of the continents, and those people couldn't believe that these kids
believe
from the city, yeah, I know, right? they couldn't believe that these kids from the city were, these little 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds knew the continents.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really a song on YouTube that was trending at the time. But this guy was rapping about the continents, and that's how they learned them.
Listen. I feel like I've had this conversation a bunch of times, man.
Yeah.
It is so crazy what like we were just talking about jokingly or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's so crazy what you can do with that computer, yo.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, man. Seriously, if you had, like you got right now, virtual learning system set up in place where you just got a program and you're just literally structuring the program for the kids, and you put on A, B, C, D, E. Same thing with that. We learned the alphabet and our letters as we were growing up with a song. It was a song when you think about it. But when you do the same thing with other things, 2 plus 2 is 4, or whatever, putting stuff together so kids can see it. And then they watch those stupid YouTube videos that get 875 million people watching it in a day. Literally, yo.
Yeah, I know.
850 people watch this one video that this girl watches all the time. And I'm sitting there like, I'm over here putting content out consistently. Like, I'm about to change my criteria. But
yeah, no.
You can
especially
literally
those videos where you see the cars crushing over the stuff. I said, wow.
Yeah, I see those. But if you put something together, just a little program for a kid to just sit in front, here's 15 minutes of this, here's 15 minutes of this, here's 15 minutes of this, and do that every day. Listen, man. I mean, just that alone. Oh, that's that. I remember, blah, blah, blah. Word association. You know what I mean? It's crazy what they can pick up now, man.
Yeah, it's actually sad because my boys, they rather watch me on the TV than listen to me teach live.
That's awesome. Listen, no, mommy, go in the other room.
No, I'm so serious. Like most of my YouTube videos, my views are from them.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Like they actually watch them on YouTube.
Yeah, I believe it. That's awesome though. So are you making YouTube videos as well as the program?
Yeah, so I do have a YouTube channel, Believe It Can. I'm actually everywhere. So I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest too.
Perfect. Yeah, we're gonna put all the information in the comments and stuff like that, so you guys can follow Terri, and you guys can if you're interested. And like she said, she's coming out of Douglasville, Georgia. So if you guys are interested in the program and you want to kind of get your kids involved, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are looking for this at this point. I mean, I've heard about a lot of people who are not only just for like learning and stuff like that. It is harder to find schools for the younger kids. You're saying you're doing, what was your age groups again?
So older too, so like 2.5.
Yeah.
2.5 to 5. So it's the same age for my in-person program as well.
Got
So
it.
my in-person program is 2 days a week, 9:30 to 12.
Okay.
And it's purely preschool. So it's not a daycare. We actually learn for the majority of that time. And
Got
if
it.
you were to send your child to daycare, they're not learning all of that day.
Oh yeah, no.
So it's pretty much a solid hour and a half that they're getting something educational.
I guess that's kind of the biggest difference too, because daycare, like you said, daycare you might go to and you might literally like, they teach a couple of things just to keep the kids occupied. But when you
Yeah,
do put them into school, your school is getting mixed up with daycare basically because
right,
that's damn near what it is at this point. But I mean, when you put your kids in school, you're trying to put them there so they can learn. And that's
right.
the
But
whole
not
principle.
all daycares have preschools.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah, a lot of people assume that okay, I'm going to send my child here; they're going to learn something. No,
Exactly.
that's not the case. And now it's really bad trying to find talented and experienced teachers. Like they're
Listen,
throwing all types of signing bonuses to get people to teach.
it's crazy,
So you
man.
have a whole lot of people that don't know what they're doing in these classrooms. So
I
yeah,
mean,
you'll
you
have, and that's another reason why I left, because now I saw the behind the scenes of what's going on in some of these schools.
that's what I was just about to say. You saw that video with the girl, the teachers that was wearing the masks and scaring the kids and stuff like that or
Oh
whatever.
no, I didn't see that, but I could believe it.
Bro, listen, it's a lot, man. And that's one of the reasons. Like, we're literally sitting here talking about this right now, and I was even talking to
Yeah,
you. But I don't want my daughter going to school, yo. I don't. I don't even want my older kids going to school, but they've
right.
been there. So it's like
Yeah,
I'm more like, all right, they there already. So it is what it is. But when we did have that shutdown and they were doing the virtual learning,
yeah,
I know that a lot of people weren't learning properly because honestly, it was probably a lot of people who weren't able to set their kids up because they were trying to struggle or do whatever they had to do.
right,
There was
exactly.
also a lot of people who wasn't doing anything and their kids weren't really doing anything either. But I can
Yeah.
honestly say we were IT Tiff. I'm saying we, but IT Tiff for real was she made school in this house, man. It
Yeah,
was school in this house. And
that's awesome.
yeah, so it's like when I saw how successful it can be done, and my kids are home, my kids are safe. I
Yeah,
can set up interactions so they can socialize later, but
right,
they're safe, they're home, and they're learning. I love the idea. I don't want them going to school anymore, man. It
yeah.
is a thought, provoking kind of situation when you think about public schoolings now,
Oh
or
yeah,
even just being there. It is daycare. It is daycare. At the end of the day, parents got to go to work. Kids
right,
need to go somewhere and they need to learn. So daycare and school are the same thing at this point. But if you can keep your kid home and you can put in that work or
right.
try to do something, I think it's so much more beneficial at this point, yo.
Yeah.
Controlling the learning, controlling what they're doing, controlling, where they are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's I think I love the virtual thing, yo. I
Yeah, I
love
had
it.
never heard of online preschool until last year.
Hey,
Like I
listen.
never heard of it, but apparently it's been around for a long, long time. But
Yep.
it has been made more popular during the pandemic. So the
Yeah.
way my program works is that they have a pre-recorded video that they get each week, and then we also meet live.
Got it.
And so the pre-recorded video, it introduces the topic, and then when we meet live, it's more for the interaction and discussing what we've already learned. And
Now
so
are
we
the,
do all types of stuff online. We explore pumpkins. They saw me put my hand in there, the guts of the pumpkin and all of that. We do arts and crafts. We do Zumba. I'm also
oh,
a Zumbini instructor too. So we do Zumba. My students learn Spanish. I have pre-recorded Spanish videos also. So they're learning a whole lot.
that's awesome.
And
I
then
was
also they get free ABC Mouse and free Epic Books. And we're doing the Pizza Hut program right now. Are you familiar with that?
no, what's that?
So the booking program I actually did when I was in school too. So you sign, and now Pizza Hut have it where homeschools and daycares can also sign up for the program, and basically you just read, and every day you color in your little reading log, and then you hand it into your teacher, and then you get a free personal pizza.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool.
So it's a reading incentive.
Yeah, 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 exactly. Yeah, I need that. I need that for my son right now because I don't know what's wrong with him. Kids
Yeah,
get
so
teenage years, they don't
we
care.
do a whole lot of stuff that that a typical school would do,
That's
even though it's
beautiful.
online.
That's beautiful. Yeah, and that's probably really comforting for. I was going to ask about the parents. Like,
Yeah, and then we have a private Facebook community too, where they talk and they upload their students' projects and everything, and it's private, so it's not no outsiders in there.
are there a lot of parents that are involved with the program when you're doing it, or like are they there with the child as well?
So they can watch, but I just tell them that they have to put their camera off so that they're not a distraction. So they would be muted, and then their camera is off. But yeah, they can definitely watch to see what we're learning.
Perfect. Yeah, that sounds really good, man. Well, congratulations on a
Thank
successful
you.
business because it definitely sounds like I said. Even I was talking to you about how I'm
Yeah,
interested in starting up because I do want her. Even though I'm over here making a classroom right now, so I'm looking at your stuff like,
yeah.
oh man. But yeah.
Amazon.
Oh, for everything.
Oh
What,
yeah,
what can't
Amazon.
you get
Yeah.
off Amazon now? But yeah, Terry, it sounds really good, man. And I really hope that I'm gonna put this out. I hope you guys, if you guys have any questions or you're interested and you're in the area, here's another good question. So, how far out do you offer the services to? Is it just in Georgia, or do you do all over?
Oh, you're talking for my online program is worldwide.
Yeah, that's
So
incredible,
any
man.
you can learn anywhere with the internet connection.
That's incredible. That's
Yeah.
really incredible. So yeah, so you want to get that message out as far as you can
Yeah.
because
So those classes they're 1:30 to 2 p.m. Eastern time, Tuesday, Thursdays.
got it. 1:30 to 2 p.m.
Yes, 30 minutes.
Got it. Okay. And then the kids would just log on and then they'll be able
Yeah.
to
So the
uh,
parents just, they need to be around in the general area to, log the children on, log them off. But then after that, you can go wash dishes, you can watch a TV show,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
just, do something that you need to do and, let your child have fun.
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah.
Get a 30-minute break, read a
Yeah.
book,
Listen for real because that's one of the things
have time to scratch your head.
that's one of the things that we're dealing with now with Jordan as well. Like, cause we both work from home. So it's like we
Yeah,
get to keep her home, which is saving money on daycare and stuff like that.
right.
But she does get bored, man. She does walk around. She's got
Yeah,
a lot of toys. You would think she never gets bored, but
right.
she gets lonely. The kids are at school, and that's why, like I said, I'm trying to set her up with our own classroom in here. So
Yeah,
because Tiffany does do a good job of like teaching her things when she can, but she's working too. So
right.
it's like
Exactly. It's tough.
to, to be able to have a program that offers, here's the schooling, here's the video set up for you, here's
Yeah,
this, that's really good. Yeah, so this really, I mean, it definitely sounds like it's right up the alley of everything that is going on right now. That's really
yeah.
what's needed to happen with schooling. Schooling, in my opinion, is completely changing.
It
At least
is.
the idea of what we're us as parents are used to school being. We're seeing that school can be so much more in
Yeah,
closer proximity to your home and still be maybe even more what's the word beneficial for the children at this point because they're
yeah,
getting more of a intimate kind of connection with the teacher,
yeah. So
more
my
of a
classes they
relationship.
are small
Yeah,
because I want to have that interaction with the children. I want them to be able to have that interaction with each other too.
definitely.
So no more than 6, maybe 7 children in a classroom.
Got
That
it.
would be the 7 would be really pushing it. Like if I had like a sibling, if I had a family that had 1 or 2 kids, and I would say, okay, I would make it 7.
Got it.
But
Awesome.
I love the fact that my students they're excited to see me, they're excited to see each other,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it's a good time. So
That's
we
awesome.
start off with our positive affirmations, and I say today is going to be an amazing day because I'm smart, and then they repeat after me. I'm smart, I'm kind, I'm loved, and then I can do anything. And
There
we
we
start
go.
every class just like that.
That's beautiful. Yeah, yeah. It's awesome to do that, man. Having kids is one. It's a crazy thing, man. Because
Yeah.
you know me from back in the day, and you know
Oh
my
yeah,
life a
back in
lot.
diapers.
You know it a lot. And it's just like, being a dad now and like, how much it's calmed me down and humbled me in so many different ways. I see things so differently,
So
man.
different, yeah.
Like, I want nothing but the best for my kids. I want them to be happy.
Yeah.
But like you just said, like even with just small things like that, you want your kids to be comfortable. You want them
And
to
you want them to be able to
feel
think
good.
for themselves too.
Yeah, for real.
A lot of school nowadays, that's why a lot of people are doing this unschooling, because I'm not a big believer in tests, because I don't think that tests really help a child. I think it makes them terrified, because I'm a terrible test taker.
Yeah.
I'm A's and B student, honor roll, dean's list in college, but a test, I was so panicky that I never really did well. So
It's
I
pressure,
don't do
man.
tests.
Yeah, it's pressure. It's super pressure.
Yeah,
So,
it's super pressure.
so what do you instead of like, how are you trying to figure out how the kids
So for
are
assessments, we
learning?
play games.
Okay.
So we'll play like jumping games. Like I would tell them to jump like 5 times or jump 20 times just to see how high they can count.
Got it.
Or
Okay.
like we'll play a game like freeze dance, and then I would hold up the letter, and they have to tell me either the letter or the letter the name of the letter or the letter sound. So I try to make it interesting so that they're not just sitting down the whole entire time.
That's awesome. And another thing about it is like with you've been doing this for so long. You're definitely like, a veteran in teaching now. So it's like for anybody who's trying to do something like this, I can definitely see how it's a great idea. It's a great, business to kind of get into, but you do have to kind of have some knowledge. You do have to love it. You if you're trying to just go into this and just be on some like whatever, like it is going to be difficult because you do have to understand how you're going to be able to teach these children successfully. You can't just go into it like, I want to be a teacher, or I can just be home and just do this. It's not a thoughtless job. Like you got to be committed to this. Yeah, that's awesome.
Because the energy that you put forth, either the children will either be receptive to it or they're not going to be receptive to it. So you have to bring that energy. If you want the kids to be excited, you have to be excited.
Got it. Yeah.
If you want them to be enthusiastic, you have to be enthusiastic. You can't just sit there and like, I'm just doing this, to pass my time.
Do a worksheet.
That's not going to work.
What? Kids, what do kids do? What do teachers do back in the day? Watch a movie.
or they say, I'll wait.
Heads on desk.
Yes, or make you write 1,000,000 times until you're tired.
Write the dictionary.
Those days are over.
I did that a couple of times in school.
Oh yeah.
But Terri, listen, it's definitely been awesome hearing about the business. I wanted to ask, just so people are familiar, like, so what is like pricing? Like, how do you work that out?
So I do believe that school should be accessible to everyone. So my prices aren't high, but I do provide a lot of quality for the price. So I start off at $67 for my 2-day program.
Got it.
And $47 for my 1-day program. And then if you're interested in just having the pre-recorded videos, those are $29.99 a month.
Oh, okay. That's not bad. That's actually very affordable.
It is.
Yeah, no, that's different. I'm not on no marketing. Hey, listen, but honestly, that's really affordable because I definitely thought, like we said, with just daycares alone, man, those services, they are so expensive, yo.
Yeah, $67 for the whole month.
Yeah, that's actually really good. So I thought,
and then you get, like I said, you get the ABC Mouse, you get the Zumba classes, the Spanish. You also have custom Spotify playlists so that the music that we jam to in class, you can jam at home.
Yeah.
We also have worksheets so that after class they can still continue to work. You can still get a few more minutes break while they're doing their work.
Yeah.
And then also you get a free welcome kit when you sign up, and that comes with school supplies and also printables that we'll use in class. And at the end of class, we'll have a class T-shirt too with all of their little faces on it. So I can't wait for that too.
Yeah, that's really awesome. Hey man, yeah, it's definitely a great episode. I really am, and I'm really enjoying this because I got kids, and I think that anybody who watches this, Beeline, anybody who watches this, you guys, got your kids out there, and you know how it is right now, and you want to keep your kids, especially the little ones, man, the little babies that's running around tugging at your shirt while you working. All day I deal with it. Jordan runs up in here when I'm on the phone talking. She don't care about nothing. And
I have a 2-year-old too, so I know exactly how it is.
Exactly. So being able to have this service would be amazing. So your kid can be safe, be home, be affordable,
and be smarter.
And be smarter and learn faster. When they get to kindergarten, they already kind of got this knowledge that a lot of kids probably don't have because they're not going through this program. So it's a nice step
it's a premier education for the less than takeout.
Listen, bro, or Netflix or any of that right now.
Oh yeah,
the way they're going, hey, Netflix and Hulu, bro. I'm not even get on a rant. I'm gonna wait until a free talk episode of that. But hey, cuz listen, hey, Beeline, if you haven't already, man, I'm definitely going to go put all the information in the description down here. So check it out. Any of you kids, you guys got kids, definitely hit Terri up. It's worldwide. Get your babies into a higher education, early, man. Like, start it up. It's affordable. Why spend $1,000 on stuff when you can get something affordable in the comfort of your own home, convenient?
From a live teacher.
There you go. Yeah. You ain't even just watching videos, kids sitting there cheating on their videos, watching them. What's the other stuff the kids watch all the time now? The kid, my daughter, all she watches is those stupid kids who play with the toys or whatever, and they play making little sandwiches and stuff like. Who watched that?
Millions of views.
Billions of views. I'm about the Beeline toys. I'm about to start doing it on YouTube. I'm telling you right now. Get 1 billion views every day. But hey, Terri, thank you so much for coming on the show. It's been really awesome hearing about your business. I want to talk with you and kind of see if we can, offer some services for you as well, because it definitely sounds like something I'm very interested in myself for my daughter and stuff like that. So Beeline, if you like it, love it, share it, hit her up. You have all your contact information available on your Facebooks and stuff like that?
Yes, I do.
Perfect.
So it's Believe, is BEELIEVE Academy.
There you go. So even if you want to like Google it out and get the information, but just click the links.
And I have 5-star reviews and all of that too. So
there you go. Yeah, that's great. I love helping out the businesses coming up, man. That's one of the things we kind of started the show off doing, and literally is where we continue to go at this point. Yeah, I'm gonna have some strangers on eventually. I'm kind of having some guests that we know recently. It's awesome. I've been having so many strangers on the last couple episodes. But Terri, hey, much love, baby.
Don't worry, I'm gonna be famous. So this episode will be in the books.
Let's go. I need more. Everybody. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. But thank you for coming on. Once again, guys, please check her out. If you guys like the episode, definitely leave your comments and talk about what you like about, learning with your kids and what your kids are doing, in the comment section today. But until next time, guys, Thursday we'll be back. It's the ENT show coming back. And I think I can't remember. I think we're showing off. I'm pretty sure we're showing off. But I'm showing off. But listen, until next time, stay true, stay positive, pay attention, and put your babies in school. Believe that it's gonna happen, man. So Beeline, believe. But until next time, I'm gonna holler at you.